Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel AI Discoveries. Today I'll be talking about the fast APIs. So what this fast API is basically is used for? This is basically used for creating an APIs where you can use into IT industries for the consumer, for the developer to implement or develop the APIs. We generally use there are different ways or different platforms to use to create the APIs, but I'll be talking about a fast API today and in Python. So how we can implement those things. So let's start with that. In that I'll be talking about the four pillars of REST API, where how we can create those four pillars like get activity, post activities, put activities, and delete activities. So I'll be taking all these four pillars at the different video series. So I'll be talking about I'll start with that get and the post activity. Let's start with that. So I'll be opening the Visual Studio Code where I'll be walking through how you can actually implement those things in the Python. So let me go with that. Let's come to the Visual Studio Code. Now with that you can see here I can walk you through the. You can see here there are different files like the requirement.txt and obviously the Python file where we will be implementing our fast API. Now to start with that, I'll start with the requirement.txt. What is the required libraries that is required to implement with that? So obviously this is the fast API. Obviously this library is used for implementing the APIs, and obviously the Ubicon is there, which is basically running the fast API based script, and this is the Pandatic, which is basically I am using this for the creating a class, and under that I'll be inheriting the base model, where I'll be setting up the different parameters to store the information like the name, the location, and the duration of that. So all these parameters I'll be using it. So let me start with that. Now to save the time, I'll be just taking up all these files and everything. So I'll be taking this dependence imports, or I can say that the libraries which is required to start with. So I'll walk you through one by one. So what these other libraries are doing it. So obviously this fast API, this is the main module, the class I would say. Under that there is a function called fast API where we will be using the object of it. This is one, the Pandatic, which I'm using for the base model to import, and this is typing from there. I'm importing the list, and this is the Ubicon I'll be taking up. Now with that, after that I'll be creating the object of the fast API. So I'll be taking this object of the fast API. I'm just doing the copy paste just for the time convenience, and the video should not be lengthy in the terms of typing it. So I have already created this object of the fast API. Now I'll be talking about the the class activity. You can keep the name of any class name just for the understanding purpose. I just kept it as an activity. You can keep any name. So under this class I am just storing the name, location, and duration, so that we can cover all these parameters, string and the int values, obviously. Now after that there would be a list where we can actually store the post activities data. Obviously when we are doing the get activities, we are kind of fetching some data, and the post activities is generally some adding some data into there. So this is one where we actually storing it. So this is the basic way of creating the API. Later on, during once we are comfortable with this basic way of creating the API, I'll take up the advanced topics on how we can link the databases and everything. So yeah, so this is the post activities I'll be taking up. So here in the post activities, what you can see here, this is the object of the fast API, and what activities we are doing in the post activities, and this is the for namesake as an endpoint URL. I'm just keeping it as. You can keep anything, like you can keep task or anything, or any string you wanted to have it, have it. And the response model would be obviously the activity, which is the name, its location, and duration. Now in the function of this create activities, the post activities, I'll be talking here what is the parameter is I'm taking the this activities as a parameter. So when I'm talking about the activities as a parameter, actually I'm taking these parameters name, location, and duration, and then after that, what I'm doing is I'm just appending these to this particular list, and then I'm returning what is the activities I have added it. Now once I come back to the get activities, so again the scenario would be the same. In the get activities again, using the object of the fast API, I'll be using it, and then again what activities you are doing it. Let me just remove this just for the confusion. Otherwise it would be difficult to understand what is the URL for the get activities, what is the URL for the post activities. Now here in this response model would be the list of the activities. So here whatever the data we are storing into this list, it will popped up popping up when we are doing the get activities. So here you can see that it is returning this activities, which is basically this list. So this is one. Now to run these activities, obviously we require this to understand to run that. So there are many ways you can actually run that. Just for the time and simplicity of running the Python file, I'm just using this run. Even when you are even in the future when I'm using a Docker for implementing and adding this for that, then in that case the Ubicon will help me to understand that. So here in this line, I can say that and the port is 8000, the exposed port is 8000 on and this is the default IP, I would say. I can say that local host. So I'll give 1.270.0.1. So this is the local host. I can keep the local host, or you can keep this IP. This would be the same. Now let me run through that. So to start with that, um, before running that, you just need to activate the Python environment. So this is the Python environment PYENB, which is I already created it. So I just need to activate that. So how to activate that? You just need to take that. You should be local to that location and py environment script and activate. Once you give that, it will activate the environment. Now once you are done with that, you just need to start with the downloading the requirement of txt which you have defined it. So in the how you can define it as like just need to give pip install -r requirement.txt. So once you give that, it will start downloading it. So yeah, probably it is already you can see here it is already certified. I have already downloaded all those libraries, so I don't require that. Now I'll just give clear, and I'll just give uh, Python and then run that. So get post activities, I'll be running it. So let me save this first, and then I'll be running that. So once I run that, obviously it will get started, and I can see this is the one. I can open it. So once I open this, once I come back to this point, there's nothing. This is doing the get activity. There's nothing, so I can just do that. So from the browser you can do the get activities, but yeah, obviously I'll walk you through the get and post activities using the Postman. But yeah, let's suppose you wanted to have a Swagger file. So in that case you can give this the default URL, and then docs. If you give that, it will give you the Swagger file. So now you can see here, this is the post activities and the get activities I have defined over here, and you can see that what are the parameters is required. So request body is required, and for the get activities it is defined with the other activities. Now once you are done with that, let me walk you through the Postman activities. So now you can see here I have just taken that default URL and the endpoint of this now, and this is the my body. in the body you can see here, this is the JSON parameters, this is the name I have kept it, location and duration, and this is the JSON type, and I'm doing the post activities. If you want, you can comment whether I wanted to whether I need to take the uh, Postman learning or not, or Postman video or not. Just comment on that. But yeah, let's start with that. So I'll start with this get activities. You can see here, so this is the get activities. I don't have any other parameters, so this is one. So once I give that, it is giving null value because I didn't posted any value. So let me post one value. So once I post this value, let me just do that send. So yeah, so you can see here, this is the values I just posted in it. So now I'll do the get activities. Once I do the get activities, obviously I'll be able to fetch the whatever the data I have added it. Now let's suppose let me add one more data. I love AI. I love AI discoveries. Location, let me give that Delhi, and the duration would be, I would say, 20 minutes. And let me add that. Then again it will add I love AI discoveries and location Delhi, everything. And when I do the get activities, obviously it will fetch along with this data, the previous data, it will fetch you all the details. So this is how we do the get and post activities. In the later videos I'll be talking about the put and the delete activities. So yeah, please like, share and comment, and comment if you feel, if you have any doubts or any clarification. To I would be there to help you on that. Yeah, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.